I did tell the Discord already that we were going to be going live at this time, so in theory they don't need a shout out, but it couldn't hurt, you know? I'm still not seeing a stream on Instagram. There it is. Still waiting on the fun emotion. There we go. All right. We are live on all the accounts that we are going to be live. King Ravana's already in the chat. Let's go. It's good to be back, folks. It's good to be back. And yeah is here. Let's go. All right. It's good to be back. Happy New Year, everyone. I saw some of your awesome holiday Shashibo hauls. That is always some pretty exciting stuff. So glad to see sounds like everyone had a good season. Good little time off. Hope everyone got a little break from work at least. Some time with people you care about. We are live on TikTok, Cassandra. Hang on, guys. Let me help my mod out with a link real quick. Let me know if you can't use this from the chat. Should be using it should be called TikTok Shop Streamer Desktop. Oh man, King Ravana got a dozen radio tapes. We're going to do a little bit of an unboxing of one of these later in the live, so stick around for that. Yeah, man. I mean, I only have 2, so a dozen is going to be pretty cool. Can't wait to see those in the Discord. I'm sure we will get a ton of pics. So that's really nice. The other new designs that went live on our shop recently were the 2 new Easter designs, or I should say spring. These are the new spring Shashibo. Really nice pastel colors, nice and bright. I think this one looks really cool. There's a lot that the kaleidoscopic geometry unlocks there with some nice artistic designs. Get real in close there. I really love that design. Oh, Cassandra, that's my own fault. That's my own fault. Shoot. All right. Well, while Cassandra fixes my mistake, we're gonna just look at these beautiful, relaxing patterns and listen to the nice, soothing clicks and clacks of the magnets. If you are watching on TikTok right now, I will not be able to see your comments for a little bit, so hop over to YouTube or Twitch or Facebook to let me know what you think about what's going on, if you want me to see it in a timely manner. But sounds like a few people have got some pretty awesome stuff. I've got some pretty awesome stuff. So, Oh, welcome to the chat, everyone. If you weren't here when I said it earlier, Happy New Year. Welcome. Welcome to a new year. You can see that I have gone right back to kicking my camera stand in 2026. Not too much has changed from last year. That's fine. Welcome to the new year. We're excited about all of the stuff that 2026 has in store for Shashibo and for Fun and Motion Toys in general. We've got a ton of exciting new Shashibo designs and maybe even a few new products, who knows, that are coming soon to the Shashibo and Fun and Motion Toys universe, and we can't wait to share them all with you. These are two of the newest designs that we have launched on the Fun and Motion Toys website. These are from our new 2026 Spring Series. Beautiful designs with some colors that you don't often see on Shashibo, so really been fun to explore not just what each of these colors and designs have to offer themselves, but also some of the really nice magic artwork that happens when you collect and connect with multiple. Super fun, a great new addition to any Shashibo collector's collection. We also introduced this new design for the new Meow Wolf location in Texas. This is called Radio Tave. It's such a cool artistic expression of the Shashibo geometry and the art of Meow Wolf. I love the stuff that's going on in here. All of the cool colors, the texture. Look at those bright colors. And the cube is nice. Look, it looks like a little record stand, a player, a vinyl collection wrapped the whole way around. Super fun, super nice. Love this new design. So check out both of these on the funandmotiontoys.com website for the new Shashibo. We've already got some avid collectors with like 12 in their collection on the way, ordered already. That's exciting stuff. So can't wait to see what you guys do with those new designs. It's exciting. Thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate it. Let's check out some of these new designs. I know I was just showing them off on the camera, but I want to show you what you get when you unbox one of these brand new Shashibo. This is from the 2026 Spring Easter series. We have this nice little card in here. It's got some helpful information. It's got this really nice QR code that takes you to our website, which has a bunch of helpful links to our Discord, to our affiliate program, if you want to help us spread the good word on Shashibo. But then we get to the best part, the cube. This is Shashibo. Folds into over 100 different shapes, just like all of the others, but this is a brand new design that we came out with for 2026 spring. This one is called Tie-Dye Twist. You can see the tie-dye on the outside, and you sure twist Shashibo through the 100 different shapes that each cube presents, each Shashibo presents, and the infinite possibilities when you collect and connect. So why not get the pair? This is Metamorph, the second in the Shashibo Spring series. Same helpful little packet of information, but we're blowing right past that to check out these beautiful colors. Oh, look at that design inside. So vibrant. You can listen to those soothing clicks and clacks of the magnets all day as you shapeshift and just kind of let your mind and hands wander through the over 100 different shapes. And when you get more, you can find really interesting ways of getting them woven together like so. Find really cool magnetic and geometric similarities that allow you to connect and even shapeshift, creating new things. Ooh, look at that. I love that combo. Love the new designs. And many of you know that we have partnered with Meow Wolf on a few things. We have actually a cube for every single Meow Wolf museum. We have 4 different designs. And now 5, because you may know, Meow Wolf, the Interactive Art Museum, opened up a 5th location. So we had to come out with a 5th Meow Wolf Shashibo design. I love the customized little sheet that comes in there. Got a bunch of information about the museum and why we picked the designs that we picked. It looks so nice. That cool vinyl records around the outside, the record player on top, a really cool kind of retro vibe, while definitely having an amazing integration of the artwork with the geometry of Shashibo. I mean, Shashibo is already like playing with geometric art. And so when you add art to Shashibo, it just lends itself to the creativity. So let's make some geometric art. I love getting multiples of the same design so that I can make some really cool color choices. For example, this design right here and this design are not interchangeable. They exist only on the outside of the cube and on the outside of the ball and where those sides show up in other places. However, these thinner triangles are interchangeable with each other. So I can make the same shape, but by changing the orientation, change the artwork that is presented. And that allows for some really cool intentional color coordination. Look, those mesh beautifully because I got to do same design to same design. But then I could flip it around and show you how they look together. And I love having that option. There's a ton of really cool ways that you can do that. Thomas's box is a great one. That shape you get to by making that UFO and pinching 2 sections. You can kind of see it's divided by these lines right here into 3 different sections. If I take 2 of those sections and kind of pinch them together, see how these 2 are pinching together while this one folds off to the side? I can make this kind of flat shape right here. Flat on one side with a lot of wonkiness going on the other. But that I get to just by folding that down and to the side. If I do that twice in the same direction, see how these aren't mirrors of each other? Oh, they are mirrors of each other. See, I messed up. I just need to flip that tail over there. Now, see how these are not mirrors of each other? I can get them to connect. And those designs just look absolutely awesome together. Oh, I love what happens on either side of that box. That's so cool. That's so cool. You know, I bet we could do some color coordination to make sure that it is the same on both sides. Yep, there we go. An identical box. Super fun. Super fun. I love that potential with Shashibo. Now, you don't need to necessarily be able to color coordinate when you are working with Shashibo geometric art. You can use a bunch of different designs, random ones. These 4 come in a pack. It's the original series. Great deal for a set of 4. If you're looking to start collecting and connecting immediately, these will do the trick. So making the same shape over and over again, we can get them connected to make something truly complex. And without changing that shape, connect them in a completely different way. making something entirely different. Truly endless. King Ravana says he wants to get at least 8 meta. I assume that means metamorph. Yeah, that's a really cool one. Lots of really nice potential available when you color coordinate with this thing. I love both of those designs on either side of that. The outside of the ball is cool too. That kind of, I don't know, light spring color, pastel style, tie-dye. Super cool. Oh, I got a question from Tristan that I missed. What are 5 Shashibo shapes? 5. Let's see. You're asking about like something that you can make with 5 Shashibo, or you're looking for 5 individual Shashibo shapes? I could do absolutely either of those. Yeah, King Ravana is wanting to do some Transformer builds with them. I agree. I think it would look awesome. I need to. One day, I hope I'll have some time to go down the Transformer build rabbit hole. I've seen you and Save It Herb do it a couple of times, and they look so cool every time. I got my Octa all the way over here. I gotta say, it was fun to bring these Octa to some of the family gatherings that I had over the holidays. They were a huge hit with all of the kids and the adults too. The whole Shashibo family was really fun to kind of build with. We were adding all 3 geometries together. I was the hit at all of the gatherings. It was great. Nephews, cousins, uncles, grandparents. It was great getting everyone playing with Shashibo. It's always fun. I show up with a duffel bag full of fun. A few board games in there too, you know. Oh, let's see. I'm going down a little. I was going to talk a lot more about what we were doing at the holidays with Octa, but then I got distracted going down a little rabbit hole of how to get those magnetically connected. I just posted a video actually about how you can solve problems like the one that I just went through. So if you're curious in your Octa exploration, when you run across something that has a repelling magnetism, Octa actually has a few ways that you can sometimes make a similar geometry for connection while changing up the magnetism. See how that's the same cross there? That'll adhere. And if you put the hinge in the right place, it'll even move. So that's a really cool way to explore. JT had that star 5 shape with solar. Yeah, no, that's a great one. There's a really cool. Maybe we're talking about the same thing. Maybe you're calling it a star and I'm calling it a flower. But there's a really cool 5-star flower. That's a lot of fun. I think that'd be a fun challenge. That'd be a fun challenge. Let's see, which 5 do I want to use? I want it to be something that I have 5 of the same color. So I think for what I have nearby, let's do Vapor. Let's do Vapor. In my opinion, Vapor is an underrepresented one. Oh, I've got a couple requests that I've been missing on. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, let me do this 5 Shashibo shape. This is what we're making. This piece right here. We're turning our Shashibo inside out, opening it up into the star, taking all 3 sections from the star and passing them back through the middle, just like so. One at a time is best to avoid putting any stress on the Shashibo. And then you kind of collapse this thing in half into that snaky shape. And I'm going to hold this in a pretty particular way. I'm keeping the tail exactly the way that it is, but these two sections that kind of form that one curve of the snake, I can puff up a little bit by putting pressure on that seam and pulling towards each other these two edges. You don't have to do it this way. You can like separate it at the seam, open it up and kind of shape it like so. I like to just bring this section underneath like so. And then we're making that little hollow puff a little bit, which doesn't really seem like a shape at first, but it does, once you see, have some pretty nice relevance that lets it hold its shape. And then you take this tail and you tuck it down to one side. And we're just going to do that 5 times. And if I didn't want to do it quickly, I could take my time and make some really cool color coordination choices, but at this exact moment, all I care about is not making anything that clashes too much. All right, I need to add the last 2 later, I think. This is a tough one to connect, but I'm just taking them and I'm taking those puffy pieces and connecting them at their centermost point. It's a lot easier when there's a second person to like hold half of it. But we've done it before on a live. Ah. Shape casualty. Drum roll, please. No. Come on. Come on, please. There it is. There it is. All right. Whew. I was so tense. That was so tense. There you go. A beautiful 5 Shashibo shape. It is a star. It does make a 5-pointed star. But I feel like it's a star flower. Here's the other side. Really cool shape. Tough to get together. And I believe it has 2 different orientations. I think you can connect it at the bottom. But maybe at its happy point, it's kind of connected flat on those faces. Because like right now, I'm thinking it's that angle. See how you can connect it either to that face or that face? I'm thinking maybe you can switch it up. But it's possible that when they're all connected, they kind of open up and even out. And that is probably what makes it such a solid connection, is that you're only getting it set up in that first position. When they're actually connected, they're using 2 magnets across each face, which doesn't make for the strongest connection, but I mean, you saw it. I was able to pick it up and set it down again. But really getting it set up is the finicky part, the really, really finicky part. I think I can do it faster the second time, knowing what I know. Yep. Man, that's beautiful. I love that. Such a nice design. All right, that's the 5 Shashibo shape. And more requests. One from Instagram. How about a 3 Shashibo build? Let's do it. Let's do a 3 Shashibo build. And I am going to use my 3 Shashibo my 3 Shashibo Atlantis. Oh my goodness, we are back full swing. Kicking our camera as per usual. All right. Little hydration reminder, chat. We're going to make a 3 Shashibo shape. Now, a classic one is the flower. We just made kind of a cool flowery shape. So let's do something else. I really like the squirrel. There's a shape called the squirrel with Shashibo. That is this shape right here. He's got a big bushy tail, a little pinchy nose, and we get there by taking one section of our cube, opening it up into this crown shape, taking this section on the bottom in the back here, opening it up like a book, and passing this section through the middle. We can also pull that section down like so into this slack-jawed star shape, and then open the point of this star into this hexagonal tab at the same time as folding it down here on that hinge like so. So we're taking that slack-jawed star and just moving half of it on that one hinge into your squirrel shape. And we can make that squirrel shape 3 times. And connect them all at their little heads, just like so. Really cool 3 Shashibo shape. Super fun 3 Shashibo build. There's quite a few others. I feel like I remember one from this shape. This kind of half leapfrog, half spaceship. So there's some shapes in Shashibo that are possible to have like in-between versions of. So like this very symmetrical leapfrog, this spaceship, it's got the points, but they're very similar. Spaceship just has the points on either side. Then you can make something that's half of that. Oops. And then you can make that in different chiralities, the point on this side versus this side. And those are always super fun to kind of explore with. If I'm doing something with 3s, I don't want to mirror, right? Because then 2 are going to work really well together and the third one is going to be kind of wonky. I want to do the same thing all 3 times. So I chose that spike going off in that direction for all 3 of these Shashibo. And we're going to see if we can find something cool with the 3. So that's cool for 2. We can do this, of course. Taking the hoods and getting them connected together. Not the strongest, but it looks pretty neat. Could use a 4th as a star to anchor them all at the top. Let's see. There might be more possibilities if we mirrored it, honestly. Not necessarily for 3. Maybe it was the half of the, or the quarter anchor or whatever we're calling this, that I was thinking of that had more. Yeah, there it is. That's why I was trying to get connected up at the point. Some of these related shapes I get mixed up every once in a while. And that's a really nice presentation of 3. That's another one that you can anchor with a 4th. There's a lot of those. There's quite a few like sturdy 3 Shashibo shapes, but if you have a 4th as a stabilizer, that helps a lot of them. So like technically these hold, but there's one magnet between each Shashibo holding on to each other, so it's not going to be the strongest connection because, you know, gravity. But if I take a UFO for this one and put it right on top, you can see that not only does it does it add some structural rigidity, but some magnetic rigidity as well. And that just holds it all together nice and tight. Now, if you wanted a slightly more creative way of getting them all connected, I'm actually going to switch to infinity. Is the hive. In the hive, I can weave into each of those pieces. I'm taking the tab and I'm lining it up like this. Okay? I'm taking this piece, I'm lining it up like so, and I'm opening it up so that this can get on the other side of that hive, but then I'm closing it back up right on the other side. And that's tough to do on camera because I need 2 hands. There we go. So for a lot of weaves, you do need to change the shape from what it's gonna be once it's woven to something else to get it woven. I mean, that's kind of the definition of weaving it is getting it interwoven, getting it interlapped, getting those pieces to go across and over each other. And so often, because it's a really sturdy plastic cube held together by magnets, you got to move the pieces out of the way. And I want to make a couple more of these pieces. I'm going to change one decision that I made, though, because I have only 3 infinity. I want to use all of them in a side of this, and I'm going to use the new spring series. I'm going to do that same connection because I think it looked cool. And I can see this shape right here is half crown and half heart. It's one of those half and half shapes. And I can take the tab and pass it through this section right along here. And I'm just trying to get the tab in front of this and behind this. So I need to move that forward, get the tab through the opening that presents itself. Again, much easier to do when you're not trying to do it for a camera. Get it closed around, just like so. So I'm going to make a couple of those. There we go. Ooh. Sounds like there's a cool thing on Discord for everyone to check out that King Ravana put there. I'm excited to see it later. To get to this half crown, half heart shape, I'm just opening my Shashibo into the crown by just pulling open one section of it and taking this piece down here, opening it up like a book a little bit, opening up this piece. Oops, sorry, just that section, just this section like so, into that tab shape, and bringing this piece back to where it was for the crown. Easy as that. And now I'm going to take another one of my hives, get it woven. And I love that perfect triangle, that perfect equilateral triangle right in the center. Super satisfying. And we can connect those just back to back, like so. But I'm going to get a couple more of those made, because we need 4 of those units in total, 16 Shashibo. Let's see, what design should I use next? I'm a huge fan of some stained glass. And I think that'll look nice with the tie-dye twist. There's unit number 3. Let's start getting these assembled now, probably. All right. Let's do watercolor as our third. Oop. Alrighty, there's the final piece. Somebody on Instagram said this is like MC Escher, and they're absolutely right. Boom. That looks pretty nice. That's really cool. Super fun. And it looks like you could do some really cool stuff with these dodecahedrons on each of those faces. This is what I love most about Shashibo, is the It gives you the freedom to explore creatively with geometric art. I didn't plan any of this. I just saw a pattern and I chased it a little. Thought, what can I do with this next? Did a little outside of the box thinking. And it's more than just the original Shashibo. We also have Octa, a brand new geometry. Gives you new opportunities to connect with your already collected Shashibo. Allowing you to explore never before thought possible connections. There we go. And just like that, geometric magnetic art right on my table. Could use this as like a coffee table centerpiece, as something to stretch and expand your brain. Play really inspires learning. The more you play, the more you learn. You start to push the bounds of creativity. And this has a lot to teach you. The obvious stuff like problem-solving skills, pattern recognition, spatial awareness, and some things that will surprise you, like finger dexterity and social skills. Truly. I mean, I have had so many pleasant social interactions where I got to introduce people to this incredible shape-shifting toy. I mean, it's changed my life and so many others. If you want to hear more testimonials, check out the Fun in Motion Toys Discord, where we talk about all sorts of cool stuff, Shashibo and more. And if you're passionate about making the world happier and healthier like we are, join our affiliate program. We'd love to have more people supporting us and spreading the good word about Shashibo and all of our flow toys. You're going to see a lot more diverse live streams this year. You're going to see us showing off a lot of our LED flow products. And we're going to be doing some crazy Shashibo builds. Mark your calendars right now. 4/16, April 16th is National Shashibo Day. Might be something special coming up around then. Who's to say? Guys, I've been having so much fun playing with all of the new geometry presented by the Shashibo family. It's a whole new magnetic puzzle system built around Shashibo. Everything is magnetically and geometrically compatible, each member with the other. Ooh, that's a really cool one. That's the schooner that I'm connecting around each of these pieces. That's cool. They all came together in the center. Nice one. Again, wouldn't be possible without that specific geometry, without Octa. And Shashibo squared allows you to build twice as big, twice as fast. Double the size of the original Shashibo, but the same number of tetrahedrons, 12 tetrahedrons, double the magnets. That's the price right there. And with over 200 shapes to discover and master. And when you connect with your collected Shashibo, the other members of the Shashibo magnetic puzzle system, you have infinite possibilities. It's been so fun to explore and to get to do that alongside our incredible community on the Discord. So, just another reason to go and check them out. Oh my gosh, the 4th time this stream. We gotta, next time I stream, we gotta get a counter up there. It just starts tallying how many times I knock my camera. What do I want to repeat real quick? Oh, National Shashibo Day. Yeah, we've celebrated it the last 2 years. We're hoping to do something a little bit, we're hoping to do something a little bit bigger as it continues, but National Shashibo Day was designated as April 16th, and the number for that date is 416. You may know this already, but Shashibo, while you can connect any number of them together and have a great time, Shashibo happens to work particularly well in groups of 4. So that's where we get the 4 in the 416. And when you have 4 groups of 4, you have 16 Shashibo. So that is what we call a master set, is 16 Shashibo. 416 ends up being April 16th, and that is National Shashibo Day. So if you'd like to celebrate with us, stay tuned for some exciting announcements. You'll definitely hear about that in the Discord and on all of our different socials. So give us a follow, subscribe to our YouTube, go over to the Discord so you can see some absolutely mind-boggling builds by some of our incredible community members. And you get great announcements about cool projects and discounts that we've got going on. Like we just came off of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and we had some pretty cool discounts. You can get Shashibo for like 30-40% off, even 50% off on select designs. I mean, crazy stuff. You wouldn't want to miss out on that, especially if you are or have a Shashibo lover in your life. And if you're both of those things, then you definitely need to give us a follow, because or if you are and have those things, that's a weird one. How do I tie those ones together? If you both are a person that cares about Shashibo and care about people who care about Shashibo, you will definitely want to get involved in our vibrant community. We have absolutely loved watching that stuff grow. So check it out. Or get left out. Check it out or get left out? No, that's too mean-spirited. Check it out or we'll be sad. We nailed it. We landed it, guys. I wonder if a rhombic dodecahedron would fit right in the middle. Magnets are there but repel. Kind of a massive bummer, actually. Can I change that? I don't know if I can change that, actually. Hey, Chill Caden's in the chat. What's up? What's up, Shashiboholic? I rotated them all the same. Whoa! Rotated them all the same. Okay. Okay, nobody panic, all right? Whatever you do, stop panicking. It's not going to help anything. Stop panicking. Oh, what's going on? Guys, what am I even trying to do here? I think I've lost the plot. That's the first time I've ever said it, but it's honestly maybe the first time it's been applicable. And I lost it. It's gone. All right. Well, you know, not a bad little shape journey. Not a bad little shape journey. Anyone want to see anything in particular? I've only got time to be live for another 10 minutes or so. And that is mostly that's mostly the battery life on my phone that I'm streaming from at the moment. This is, as the moderator just correctly pointed out, the first live stream of 2026. So thanks all for hanging out with me. And we have so much more to come. I can't wait to show you guys what we as a team at Fun Emotion Toys have been working on. You're going to absolutely love it. So if you want to stay in the loop on all that stuff, follow us, drop a subscribe, drop a like, comment, tell the algorithm that you like this. Follow us on Discord for all and any announcements, and we'll see you around, man. Can you make a giant UFO with 64 Shashibo? Oh, man. Oh, man. I think that I could make a giant UFO. I don't think I could do it with 64, not because it's impossible, but because my table is small and my camera is not set up at a great angle for that. But I will go as large as I possibly can. So let's get started on that. I'm going to start with some Shashibo Squared because, as anyone who knows anything about Shashibo Squared will tell you, if you want to build bigger faster, you got to use yourself some Shashibo Squared. At least that's what I'm telling you. So we're going to start by, we made one Frisbee, and then the rest of them we're making into this kind of UFO with a cube in the back of it, if you're thinking of it in the frame of reference of like 2 Shashibo. Because there definitely are some shapes with Shashibo Squared that make it seem a lot like just 2 Shashibo put together. But do not fall into the temptation of categorizing them as the same thing, because Shashibo Squared, while having many similarities, magnetic and geometric, is not, I repeat, not the same thing as 2 Shashibo put together. It's its own geometry with its own possibilities. And to diminish it to anything other than that would be to do it a disservice. Okay. What do we need to do next? Because I don't often do much more than a double-sized UFO, which is what we have right here. I should have announced that. We've got a small UFO right here. This one is double the size. If I flip it around, you can see it's double the size in the geometry on that side as well. And so if I wanted to continue in that direction, in theory, I would just kind of keep adding. I think I'd have to kind of go in a different direction from the start. I think I would need to first build a bigger, like, hexagon in the middle. I could keep building like this. You know what? I'm going to have to do some thinking on that, guys. I think I could build a bigger UFO, but maybe I'll set up for some more room, and we'll do it next time. This is, like I said, the first stream of the new year. And with the incoming of the new year, we have some new Shashibo designs. That includes this beautiful new spring Shashibo design right here. We came out with another 2 limited edition Shashibo. Lovely colors, lovely patterns, lovely design. Really cool colors for Shashibo. We also came out with another one that is a little bit more of a nod to Easter, which is coming up sooner than it feels, really, with this awesome tie-dye twist. And I love the flower petals on the outside of the ball shape right there. That is such a lovely design. These two work great together as well. So collect and connect when you get multiple. Look, you can find some really nice, satisfying combinations of the two. You can actually weave them and get them connected so that they move as one unit. So they make great as individual gifts, but they make even better additions to an already existing collection because you can start to find the infinite possibilities to discover and master. Super satisfying, super fun. I love listening to the soothing magnets, the clicking and clacking. I love the satisfying fit. It's a really rewarding feeling. It's a really rewarding feeling when you get that really nice fit, when you find something new, when you unlock that new connection, when you get to the next level of being a Shashibologist, somebody who studies this geometry and its connections. We have quite a few avid collectors out there, and if you want to be the next one because you think that this should be your next hyperfixation, as it was mine, you should definitely check it out. And really more than just a passing fad. Most of my other hyperfixations I do for a little while and then leave by the wayside. I know you know how it goes, but I've been playing with Shashibo for going on 5 years now. And I am still finding new possibilities, new ways to play, new things that I love about it, and enjoying getting to share it with the people around me. Shashibo is truly a great experience. There's one more new design that came in with the new year, and that is Radio Tave. It's got this really cool record player on the top with the vinyls around the outside, and some awesome kind of retro style artwork and designs inside. This is for Meow Wolf's newest location for one of their museums, their 5th location. And so we had to come out with a new Shashibo to pay homage to those lovely designs. They've been a great partner to work with, so definitely check out a Meow Wolf museum near you or on your next trip. And while you're there, pick up one of the specialized Shashibo designs for that location, and you'll have just that much more of a connection with it. These are super fun, not just as a little tchotchke takeaway gift, but as something to truly remember the place by and experience the wonder and mystery that presents itself in the geometry and magnetism of Shashibo. It's a great adventure, super fun, and I can't wait to see what you guys create on your geometric journeys. So thanks for hanging out in this live stream, the first one of the new year. We can't wait to see what you guys create this year. We can't wait to show you what we created this year. It's going to be a blast. Happy to ring in the 2026. It's going to be a great one. So have a good night, everybody. We'll see you on the next live.